racism, a climate in crisis, America's role in the world. Any one of these would be enough to challenge us in profound ways. But the fact is, we face them all at once.
Well, let's bring in Stefanie Brown James. She used to be the National African American Vote Director under President Obama, now the co-founder of the Collective PAC, an organization that supports Black political candidates. Stefanie, thank you very much for joining us. We've talked about foreign policy, we've talked about the coronavirus and the economy, but one of the things, of course, that President Biden will have to deal with is what we have seen laid so starkly clear in America over the course of the last year, and that is racial injustice in the country. It's something African Americans have known so long, but it's something that white Americans have woken up to perhaps more recently. Do you think he is a president that can do something to healing and improving the plight of Africa, the status of African Americans in America?
I absolutely do. And I think that President Biden took the first step in showing that he was serious in working towards racial equality and equity in this country by choosing Kamala Harris as his running mate. When you think about it, and I think now it just seems like such a natural selection, but it was a big choice for him to choose a woman that would become the first Black woman, the first South Asian woman to be his right hand, essentially. And so I think that speaks volumes. I think that he is going to be committed to, in his first few days in office and in their first few days in the administration, working towards criminal justice reforms already. I think that we're going to see a number of conversations that are held by his cabinet members and their staffs around what it means to have racial healing and equity in this country. And I think that he's going to make good on that promise.
And I see that you're wearing a Howard University sweatshirt. I don't know if that's Kamala Harris's alma mater. Is it your alma mater too?
Yes, it is our alma mater. I had to represent for Vice President Harris today, and I even have my pearls on for her today. This is a really proud day for all Howard University Bisons, but also HBCU, historically Black college and university students all across the country. So we're really proud today.
I want to talk to you about the coronavirus because African Americans and Latinx Americans have suffered disproportionately during the course of coronavirus. More lives have been lost amongst the African American community. What do you want President Joe Biden to do specifically to help disadvantaged communities in this pandemic?
Yeah, unfortunately, not only do we see Black people dying at higher rates, we also see a higher unemployment rate when it comes to African Americans and Latinos in this country. Oftentimes, we are the ones that are the frontline workers working in the grocery stores, working in the gas stations, and many have lost their lives, but also lost their livelihoods as well. And so what I am hoping to see, one, is a president that takes this deadly virus seriously, which I believe President Biden will do. I think that he's going to be focused on expanding testing, which still is not as robust as it needs to be in this country, and also making sure that we have a vaccine rollout that works, that gets to as many people as possible. But I will say that one thing that was very heartening to see is that he has chosen, as a part of his COVID task force, individuals who are experts when it comes to the disproportionate impact of viruses in the community. And so he has experts on his team that are focused every single day on how we can eradicate the disparities that we're seeing, not just among the Black community and the Latin community, but also amongst those who are some of the poorest in this country as well.
Okay, Stefanie, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to take a quick look at the Senate now because business is still being conducted here in Washington, and we are having the swearing in of the two new Democratic senators from Georgia, Reverend Warnock and John Ossoff, who, of course, have tipped the Senate into Democratic hands. It makes a big difference to Joe Biden's ability to get his legislation, get his agenda passed, the fact that the Senate is changing hands and there is a new Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer,